Hello everybody, welcome to my channel here. I'm going to talk today about narcissism. And I know this is a popular topic. Well, it's becoming more popular, thankfully, because narcissism is exploding. It's an epidemic in our world, and more people are talking about it. Thankfully, there's a lot of YouTube channels that talk about it, and I watch some of them regularly. But I wanted to just get some things off my chest, I guess, and tell you a little bit about if you don't know what narcissism is, or you just need a refresher and you want to go kind of a little deeper into it. I'm going to do that in this video and hopefully some videos to come. So the first thing I want to do is describe what is narcissism, or how do we get the term narcissism. Well, if you don't know, this really comes from Greek mythology. There was a man, according to Greek lore, who was beautiful beyond all compare. He was he was attractive to men, he was attracted to women, everybody liked him, everyone was drawn to him, just naturally beautiful. Well, this man, though, unfortunately had a hole inside himself, not physically, but spiritually, mentally, and he was, let's just say, impossible to satiate. Nothing was ever good enough, no one was ever good enough for this person. He gallivanted the globe, he went about the whole globe looking for the perfect person that could really suit his needs and fit him, and he could never do it. No one was ever good enough. This man was also a hunter, and so one day he was out and he came across a pool of water, and he caught his own reflection down in the pool, and what bounced back at him was, aha, the thing he'd always been waiting on: himself. He finally caught a glimpse of the beauty that he'd been searching for, the perfection that he's been searching for, and he found none other than himself. So, instead of continuing on with his life, he was supposedly so drawn in by his own appearance and likeness that he stayed there at that pool on and on and on and on till he starved, till his time ran out, but he spent his remaining days adoring himself, the perfect person he'd finally found in that pool of water. This man's name was Narcissus. Narcissus. So that might explain some things. This is where we get that term narcissist. So everybody who is classified, or actually is truly, it's thrown around a lot. The term is admittedly thrown around a lot. It's usually not even used the right way. But anybody who really is a narcissist is much like Narcissus, and they are enamored with themselves. Yet, strangely, they have this massive hole that can never be filled. So the irony of a narcissist is the same thing that you dealt with Narcissus, is that no one was good enough. He went about the whole globe searching for that perfect person that would complete him and would never have a flaw, a blemish, a spot, a wrinkle. And he only found that in himself. Yet, the irony is that he had such a massive hole that he actually despised himself and loathed his own existence. And that's what a narcissist does. So right there in a snapshot, I hope that gives you a little history of it. But I want to go further in this, and I want to talk about 6 things that I see that are characteristic of a narcissist, that if you don't know much about it, that just take these 6 things. Think about the people you know, because I'm sure all of you have met, just like I had before I uncovered all of this, people that you thought, man, they're nasty, they're hard to be around. What's wrong with this person? Who acts like this? Well, there's a decent chance that they may have been a narcissist. So let me go through some things here that I hope shed some more light on it. So number one thing, this is the most popular thing you're going to hear on any channel, and you should. It's popular, it's cliche at this point, but it's still valid. Narcissists do not have what we call empathy. Number one thing, they don't have empathy, which means they can't put themselves in other people's shoes. They cannot step outside of their own world and their own cares and wants and needs and give one rip about what's going on with somebody else. They can feign this. They learn empathy over the course of time. They learn it because they see it in the people that are close to them or the people in society. They think, oh, so she's explaining to me that her child is deathly sick. I'm supposed to, it's terrible. Oh, And then when the person leaves, it's right back to normal. They feign empathy, but they don't have any. And it's connected to love. The whole thing can be encapsulated by this, but empathy is really connected to this. They don't have any love. There's no natural affection, what the scripture calls natural affection. It's gone for them. It's their conscience is seared. They have no love. They have no empathy. They don't feel for other people. And you have to really always keep this thing in mind. This is like the overarching thing that you got to always remember about a narcissist. So anytime that if you've pinpointed they're a narcissist through the things I'm talking about and other things on other videos and literature, if you've pinpointed that, you have to always understand that this person does not love you or anyone. They don't love their kids. They don't love anybody. They're horrible parents. 99.9% or 100. They're horrible. Because you can't be a good parent if you can't love your kid. You can't be a good spouse if you don't love. So they have no empathy. Number two, so that was one. Number two, completely unapologetic. Narcissists will never apologize for anything ever. So I'm going to clue you in on something real quick. Most of our politicians that you see out parading around, they're narcissists. They care nothing about anybody whatsoever but themselves and their own agenda. So imagine for a second, I'll take two people as to not throw my hat in a political ring. That's for another video. I'm not in on that anymore. Let's take Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Can you imagine either one of those people breaking down in front of the public or in front of anyone and saying, I'm so deeply sorry. I know what I did was wrong. I know what I did was wrong. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. Please forgive me. Please. No, of course not. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. They cannot apologize. You can catch them in a lie, they're not going to apologize. You can catch them doing anything, they're not going to apologize. They will blow you up for something they did and then expect you to apologize to them for what they did to you. That's how bad it is. Unapologetic. 3, extremely manipulative. If they're not at work, if they're not asleep, if they're not maybe doing something specific like washing the dishes, I don't know, then guess what they're doing? Manipulating. Manipulating. Every second of every day that they're not doing something specific, they are manipulating. And I mean every second of every day. They are constantly on their phone looking for people to manipulate. They wake up in the morning thinking, who can I manipulate today? How can I get a rise out of this person? How can I pit these people against one another? How can I get this person to serve me every day, every waking second? And their mind is on an endless cycle of this process. How can I manipulate people? Million ways they do it, okay? But just know that. 4, they're liars. There's no truth in them. They're like their father, the devil, and I'll get to that. They're liars. They might tell the truth about small things. Hey, I'm stopping to pick up some chicken on the way home for dinner. Yeah, that's probably true. But anything that matters, who were you talking to just now on your phone? Who were you texting? Oh, that's just a friend. I've never seen that name before. Well, we go way back. I really love you. Did I ever tell you how much you mean to me? It's a lie. It's a lie. They don't love. I told you they don't love. So about anything major, they're going to lie. You can catch them in bed with someone and they will try to convince you that it didn't happen. And that gets to another point. But they're going to lie about everything. 5, very stealthy. I was once told after my relationship ended, every once in a while I'll share things vaguely about this. When my relationship ended, I was told I have backups, and I have backups for my backups. At the time, I didn't know what that meant, honestly. I was naive. I was stuck in the spell they put you in. But what it really meant was she had been communicating with other people the entire time we were together, from day one all the way to the end. She had backup, what they call supply, or I will just call it energy sources, because that's what they really draw on is people's energy. they had backup energy sources. This person had been communicating with other folks the whole time. Even though we didn't spend that much time apart, didn't matter, because they always have their cell phone. And that thing it unlocks all the mysteries of the world to them. It allows them to do anything and everything behind your back. So it's all stealthy. They'll have multiple Facebook accounts. They'll have multiple Instagram accounts. They'll show you the one they have, but they've got another one, don't worry, where they're talking to other people. They often have multiple phones. They have tablets and all sorts of other things that they can get on. They like to pull this number where they'll roll over sort of on the couch or wherever you're at, and they'll be playing solitaire. Nope. On Tinder, trying to find somebody to replace you when you're gone, or just a backup supply they can flirt with or maybe meet up with every once in a while when you're on a fishing trip. This is what they do. Okay? Very stealthy, very sneaky. And 6, this is an interesting one. They're powerful. These people have honed their craft over the course of years and years and years of manipulation. They have. They get a little bit better at it every time they manipulate. And they go through relationships, whether they're married or they're not. They go through relationships at the speed of light. You say, well, how can they do that if they're married? Well, it's easy. They might be married to someone, but they've always got things going on in the background. They've always got someone else or some other people. And those just, it's a cycle. And every time they do this, they burn, they abuse, they manipulate. They start out by treating you like you're amazing. They love bomb you. These are for other videos. But this is kind of what they do. But every time they do it to somebody, they get a little better and a little better and a little better. So they are extremely powerful. And they get so good at it, but believe me, they can level you overnight. I have seen narcissist breadcrumb people, give them little rays of hope, pretend that they're going to make something of the relationship, and have them wrapped around their finger in 3 weeks and fired from their jobs or anything else. These people are absolutely devastating. They're so good at what they do that even if you're a super strong, spiritually rooted, Christ-following person, very strong relationship to God, even if that's the case, they can tear you down pretty quickly because they're really good. And they don't work according to just the ways of the world. They have a special power on their side. That's right. So those are the 6 things. No empathy, loveless, completely unapologetic, extremely manipulative, liars, stealthy, and powerful. There's more, trust me, there's more we could add, but those are my 6. And you might be thinking something here as I wrap this video up. These character traits sound awfully familiar to someone else that you may have heard of. Yeah. Again, empathy, no empathy, unapologetic, liars, stealth. Who's that sound like? Well, it sounds like the devil, doesn't it? It sounds like Satan, doesn't it? You know why it sounds like Satan? Because it is. Because Satan is the original chief narcissist. He's not only the chief commander, he's the chief narcissist. He's everything. He's everything that these people are, but he was there first. So you can kind of view it this way. They're Satan's foot soldiers. Narcissists are little wind-up toys that Satan winds up and sends into people's lives, and they do all of these things, and they just destroy. They just destroy. They're like a walking vortex. They're evil on 2 legs, and in the vortex, as they walk, it just rips everybody in. If you're close to it, it will suck you in, and it's hard to get out, believe me. Believe me, it's hard to get out. So that is why there's a similarity there. Narcissists, Satan, all connected because they're all of the same substance. They're all of the same quality in nature. I'm going to get more into that, guys, in the next video, why narcissism is a spiritual problem. Spiritual problem. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and you found it helpful. If you did, share it with anybody that you might think could benefit from it. and continue to follow my stuff if you find it interesting. So thanks a lot. Until next time, God bless.